South Africa's ambassador to the United Nations, Bassel Sanku, says the Transitional National Council in Libya has not been universally recognized as the legitimate authority in the country. And the identification process of 14 learners and a bus driver who died in a fatal accident near Knysna in the Southern Cape begins today. I'm Richard Brooks. South Africa's ambassador to the United Nations, Bassel Sanku, says the Transitional National Council in Libya has not been universally recognized as the legitimate authority in the country. Led by the US, a draft resolution has been circulated which will require a vote to unfreeze Libyan assets worth $1.5 billion. America says the money will be used for humanitarian purposes. Sanku explains.
Our view is that by releasing this money, we'll be one way or another recognizing this entity as the legitimate entity, or therefore legitimate demanders of the resources of Libya. And we have not taken that decision in South Africa. AU has not taken that decision. We want to be able to make that decision ourselves after having consulted, without being forced through this process to be seen to be recognizing an entity.
Sanku says South Africa is acutely aware of the humanitarian situation on the ground and supported earlier moves to immediately release $500 million to agencies working in Libya, a move rejected by the US.
But the AU and South Africa, we have been engaging with the TNC as part of trying to resolve the problem in Libya. We are very much concerned about the humanitarian catastrophe that is besetting Libya now, and that's why we have released our hold on the first part, which is the money that must be sent to legitimate organizations, international organizations, that will be now the UN agencies.
The identification process of 14 learners and a bus driver who died in a fatal accident near Knysna in the Southern Cape begins today. The bus plunged into the Kasat Drift while transporting learners to the Reedendal Primary School yesterday morning. Sauril Menchis reports.
42 other learners have been discharged from hospital. The vehicle is under police guard and a forensic team from Cape Town has been dispatched to investigate the cause of the accident. It's alleged the driver lost control and veered into the drift. Meanwhile, a wreath-laying ceremony will be held in Blackheath today to commemorate the death of 10 learners in a minibus taxi accident. A year ago, a train crashed into the taxi at the Budskop level crossing. The driver faces charges of culpable homicide.
Preliminary reports released on veld fires that raged through the northwest province indicate that almost 45% of the farming communities have been severely affected. Agri Northwest says although it's still conducting a survey on the extent of the damage, it will definitely run into billions of rands. Agri Northwest Chief Executive Officer Boeta du Toit explains.
We believe that at this stage it's hundreds of thousands of hectares. It's thousands of animals that have been killed by the fire. 1 person having been burnt to death already. 8 persons injured by the fire. Some of them very seriously. Some of them on ICU. They are fighting for their lives. It's really a very serious situation. Calling on all our farmers to provide grazing where it's available as well as fodder, and we are calling upon government to assist us in this regard as soon as possible.
Catch the latest news anytime here on Newsbreak, Option 1.